Quiz of the Year 2015. The Big Fat Quiz captures the true meaning of Christmas by forcing 6 people to sit together, playing a game and pretending to like each other. If you haven't seen the Big Fat Quiz before, let me put it into the Star Wars universe for you. Essentially, an alliance of panellists are pitted against an evil Sith Lord. That's me. And at some point, someone accidentally gets off with their sister. This is the quiz that looks back at the biggest stories of the last year, realises they're a bit terroristy, and picks some nicer ones to quiz about. Not talking about any of that. Let's move on. Well, let's meet the teams. First up, 2 of the youngest, coolest, hippest comedians in the country couldn't make it this evening, so instead we've got Rob Brydon and Joe Brand. He's the swot of the class who's finally realised his dream of hanging out with the teacher. It's Richard Ayoade and Greg Davis. And finally, she's beautiful, charming and a joy to be around, and he's around. It's Claudia Winkleman and David Mitchell. Right. So, Rob Brydon, you performed this year with Sir Tom Jones. They say never meet your heroes. How did Tom cope with it?
He took it in his stride, Jimmy. He's a professional. He was a little bit nervous, but, you know, that's not unusual.
Rob Brydon, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Joe, how's your year been?
Shit.
OK.
I've been on tour, I've got a divorce, I've killed a tortoise, you know, lots of things. One of those isn't true, I didn't get a divorce.
You killed a tortoise?
Well, not personally.
What do you mean, a tortoise died during the year and you blame yourself?
When I was teaching, there was a kid in my class who was inconsolable one day because his pet tortoise had died. Like, he couldn't stop crying and he had to be sent home in the end. And the next day he came in and he was absolutely fine. And I went, are you all right today? He goes, yeah, I'm all right today. And I went, oh, good, I'm glad to hear that. Did you bury him? He goes, oh, no, my dad hollowed him out. We used him as an ashtray. Scooped him out with a spoon.
So, Greg, you used to be a teacher, so surely you're going to win the quiz, aren't you?
Oh, gosh, no. I was a drama teacher anyway. How hard's that? Make up a play, see you in an hour.
Now, Richard, you've been travelling the world for the whole year, haven't you, for Travel Man?
Oh, right. Yeah, prior to that, I've been Peckham-based. But...
So Peckham and then the world?
Yeah, a lot of places that are a short haul. One with Greg to Moscow.
You 2 went to Moscow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have the other teams gone away together? Have you...?
Yeah.
I went away with Richard as well.
Yeah.
What?
I'm starting a cult. You will receive a call in the night, and you come away with me, and you come back with new ideas.
So, Claudia, you're used to the glamour and glitz of Strictly, obviously. Talk me
orange.
through David's outfit this evening.
It's perfect. It would be very good for a tango.
If we were filming it in black and white, yeah, I'd agree.
What's wrong with it,
He looks
Jimmy?
perfect.
Just saying it's not as glitzy as... I'm used to seeing Claudia surrounded by people in sort of, you know, sparkles.
Tiny little things. Fluorescent. Feathers.
It would be totally inappropriate if I turned up. If I turned up, as you suggest you wanted, in feathers and a little fluorescent bikini, you'd have taken the piss even more than you have out of my grey shirt. So, you know, I can't win, can I?
Should we get on with the quiz? Let's remind ourselves of this year's headlines. 2015 was the hottest year on record. People were warned to avoid any physical exertion, which explains the performances of the England rugby team, Chelsea FC, and my girlfriend. UKIP leader Nigel Farage failed to win a parliamentary seat. Farage is often described as a man of the people, and those people are bigoted arseholes. Oscar Pistorius was found guilty of murder a few weeks after being released from prison and put under house arrest. He's in a house. It's where he's most dangerous. OK, wouldn't be a quiz without questions. Eyes down. For our first question, it's over to the legend that is Quentin Tarantino.
Hi, Jimmy. This year, the British press became obsessed with something that could have come straight out of one of my movies. And the names Mr. Ginger, Mr. Strong, the Tall Man, the Old Man, the Gent, and Mr. Montana were everywhere. But can your teams tell me what they'd done?
Oh! Very well done.
Thank you.
Claudia, can we play poker at some stage? Because it feels like you're not holding anything back there.
I was excited.
Next question. This year, Dr. Walter Palmer from Minnesota did something that led him to become the most hated man in the world. What did he do?
Oh, of course. You are a genius. Yes, right. I don't know. He knows everything. I know nothing.
I know, I'm just saying I'm not receiving the same level of support at this table.
That's because I've answered both of the questions so far.
Greg, I'm not flourishing in this relationship. I'm not flourishing, I don't feel valued.
You want me to answer the questions and then praise you?
Yes, please.
OK.
That's how my marriage works.
OK.
Yeah, yes, I would like that.
Well done for answering those two questions.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel thank you.
Internally.
Thank you.
For our next question, the children of Mitchell Brook Primary School have once again put on one of their spectacular school plays. But what news story are they acting out?
Action! This car is really fast. This car's really slow. I like cars. Really, that's a wrap. I'm hungry. Get me some food. Could I have some hot food, please? Sorry, but we're closed. Uh-oh. There's no hot food. Boss. You have been very naughty. No more car for you. Oh, no. Yes.
I love those kids. I love those kids. That's why I'm here, to watch them.
It's a properly good school play. That's what a decent drama teacher does, Greg. I hope you've learned something. Are they there?
Are they here?
You're the drama teachers from Mitchell Brook? You're not the drama teachers, you're proper teachers.
What do you teach? Primary? It's not teaching, it's colouring in, mate.
So I want to know what news story were they acting out there? I mean...
This is major.
Oh, wow.
You can't fit it all in.
I can't.
Sorry, David and Claudia are also voicing an adult film while we're doing the quiz.
My fax machine's broken. I haven't seen any of that.
There we go.
Well done.
I've answered at tedious length. Tedious length is my porn name.
In September, there was a very small story, I'm not sure if you heard about it, but the Prime Minister allegedly put his gentleman junk into the mouth of a dead pig. My question is this, why on earth did he allegedly do it?
I'm not as familiar with these practices as some in the London set, but
Yeah, you always get left out of the pig fucking parties, don't you? Yeah.
I suppose sheep's more your thing, is it?
Yeah.
Saying. What?
if you're going to start making sheep references...
I'm just saying, when I asked you how many sexual partners you'd had, you started to count and you fell asleep. That's all I'm saying.
You've done this to me before. You started making buying noises. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's very hard for me to concentrate with an erection.
OK, take a look at this clip of Ed Miliband's resignation speech after this year's general election.
Yes.
That is cult, C-U-L-T. What I want to know is, what was the most unlikely cult of the 21st century? Most unlikely cult. Have you all got something?
Yeah.
We've knocked this out of the park.
Have you? What, you ready for answers?
Yeah.
OK, let's go to the answers. OK, so Quentin Tarantino asked you what Mr. Ginger, Mr. Strong, the tall man, the old man, the gent and Mr. Montana had done. What did you all think?
The answer is the Hatton Garden heist. Men of advanced years managed to break in through thick wall, and they got in and they stole all the stuff from safety deposit boxes, and it had all the hallmarks of a Hollywood film.
I don't think it had quite all the hallmarks, did it? Because they used their bus passes to get there on the bus.
They did, didn't they?
How old was the getaway driver? Because normally getaway driving, you imagine someone skidding off at high speed.
I think there were skid marks.
Well, you all got this right. They were all suspects in the Hatton Garden heist. All right. There you go, well done. OK.
Well done, everyone.
OK, next up, I asked you how Dr. Walter Palmer became the most hated man in the world. What did you put?
Well, he shot a lion called Cecil.
Yeah.
And the guy said in his defence, he said, oh, do you know what? I didn't know he was a beloved lion. So you're going to shoot them based on their personality and how popular they are amongst their peer group. Awful. And he was a dentist.
Yeah.
Just gets worse.
Are your existing teeth behind those, or do they take them out?
I've no idea. All I know is I have to dip these when I drive at night.
What do you dip them in? Like jam?
Yeah, why not?
Cecil was already depressed before he was shot by a dentist because he was called Cecil. He found that out with his last breath. I'm called what? He thought he was called Barabbas, King of the Plain.
Claudia Davis, did you get this?
We read it out as well, do we?
Well, yeah, as
OK,
well,
yes,
yeah.
he shot a lion called Cecil. Full stop. I put a full stop in.
It's important.
Wasn't required with the Hatton Garden heist, because that's not a sentence. But he shot a... That's a sentence, got a verb.
OK, points all round. Marvellous.
Lovely.
Next up, the children of Mitchell Brook Primary School were acting out a news story. What did you think it was?
I've written a short essay.
The event surrounding the non-renewal of Jeremy Clarkson's contract.
But he doesn't really touch on what those events were, which, to my mind, calls into question the validity of the answer as an answer. He's very much sketching around the issue.
If you think that's not a complete answer, wait until you hear Richard and Greg's. What have you gone with?
Well, do Clarkson and then really just a kind of an oblong, I guess.
Jimmy,
I'm
all for this anarchic sense of fun. I love that the audience are laughing at it. But please don't go giving points for this kind of nonsense, OK? Take a look at this. Clarkson punch. Says it all.
I don't
Beautifully
see why
written.
That's not the better answer. The
that-
punch was evident in the dramatisation. A lot of people think he was sacked for it. He wasn't.
Yes.
They just didn't renew his contract.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But I was looking for brevity and levity in my answer.
Well, at the risk of upsetting you, Rob, Joe, points all round.
Yes.
Points all round, surely. That's what it was. That's what we were getting at. Right. Next, I asked you why on earth David Cameron allegedly put his penis in a pig's mouth. What do you think?
The answer is peer pressure.
Good answer.
It's worrying in a prime minister.
It shouldn't have been a story, really. It's about owning your own gossip, I think. I, for example, very early on in my comedy career, went on record to say that I, as a pubescent man, I enjoyed relations with a large blue teddy bear at my house. I put that on record, and therefore it's not a story anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't even look like a bear. It was so badly made. I didn't really know what I was having sex with, if I'm honest.
You should have said it at the beginning of his career, when he was first elected as leader of the Conservative Party in his opening speech. Thanks very much, everyone.
Just
There's
so
one
you know.
thing you need to know about me. You'll never guess what I once did.
But as I said, I think it would be better if it was a thing he did regularly rather than as a one-off peer pressure event. If he just went, this is my jam. I like doing this, it relaxes me.
It makes
No
me
harm,
a
no
better
foul.
Prime Minister.
And I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm going to keep doing this into a third term.
OK, so Claudia, David, what did you put?
We put an initiation ritual at Oxford for a posh dining society.
Well, that is the right answer. You had the name of the society?
Yeah.
It was allegedly an initiation ceremony for an Oxford dining society at the Piers Gaveston. OK, final answer in this round. I asked you what Ed Miliband described as the most unlikely cult of the 21st century. What did you all think?
These are Millie fans. He said there was a new type of follower. Wanted to meet him and have the photo
They were in love with him. They suddenly fancied him.
It was a sexy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a sex
It's a sexy thing.
Really?
They wanted to rub themselves against him.
So did you got this?
Yes, we put Millie fandom.
We put Millie fandom as well.
I've got some footage of the Millie fans. Let's take a look at the attention he was getting.
That's me and Tess.
OK, points all round.
You're marking us down for peer pressure is the answer.
Well, marking you down, you mean not giving you the...
Why?
Well, because it makes it easier, so the ticks and the crosses.
I'm with them. That's the right answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
In fact, theirs is the most intelligent answer we've had all night, because they've got to the nub of the matter. It was peer pressure.
Well, you make a very interesting point, but you're not actually in charge, so...
Isn't it fascinating that Richard and Greg, two of the finest minds in this studio, certainly, perhaps not beyond, but in this studio, have taken the level of this show somewhere else. They've not been content to settle for glibness. They've not gone for laughs. That's been very clear. They're going for something deeper. Yes. I say you refuse that point at your peril.
I agree.
Happy to take you all on.
Are you going to give us the point?
No.
Why?
Because this is about humanity.
It's about the integrity. It's about the integrity of the entire quiz, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, Britain is a democracy. There are 6 people here, all saying to you, give them the point.
Let's just say, in a future question, we'll both deliberately answer wrong. You can answer correctly.
That's
and then
lovely.
Yes, we will.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we will do
I'm
that.
sorry, there's not a Malaysian betting syndicate involved in this, is there?
And neither is it a totalitarian state presided over by you.
You've lost our trust.
This quiz absolutely is that.
No.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Democracy.
Yeah.
Democracy.
I think, Thank you.
We're doing a quiz, and there's going to be a winner, and there's going to be a loser, and we'll rig it if we need to. It's not a democracy, and no one's here to have fun. This is Christmas. It's a quiz.
What do you win, just to be clear?
Pig's head. OK, so at the end of that round, the scores are Rob and Joe have 5, Claudia and David have 5, Richard and Greg have 4, because they got 1 wrong.